Hey crafty people, it's Tasha. I am this month's guest designer for WoW. I'm very excited. I go by Handmade by Tasha most places. As I said, this is my first post as a guest designer, so I decided that I would have a bit of a play, basically. I grabbed the Italian Adventures Trio, which is a set of 3 absolutely beautiful embossing glitters. And I grabbed the clear ultra slow drying embossing pad, the rollerball freestyle conditioning tool, and the mixed media tool as well, which is the one that's got like a brush like nail varnish. I grabbed some dies from Altenew and I just cut out a bunch of these leaves, and I was just decided I was going to have a play with the different types of glue and these beautiful powders. Not glue, ink. Sorry. So I used the pad just to do direct to paper for the largest, like the solid leaves. I just do this straight onto a piece of paper so I don't get the ink all over my desk, and then I do slide another piece of paper underneath before I tip the embossing glitter on, because otherwise it's all going to stick to the ink that's on the paper that you've pounced onto with the pad. I haven't actually used the WoW embossing pad before. Not really sure why. I think I was just kind of set in my ways of what I used, but I used it and just wow. There's not really much else I can say. It's amazing. It's really good. The ink is slow drying and it holds onto those embossing powders so beautifully, but I really like that the pad itself it's a bit firmer, so it's easier to when you're doing straight to paper, or even when you're trying to put it onto a stamp, it doesn't squash down the same as other pads that I've used in the past. So I like that. That's fab. Then moved on and grabbed the freestyle conditioner tool, which can also be used to top up your ink pad. So I wasn't trying to cover the whole of these die cuts with the ink with that. I just wanted to sort of roll over them and get a rough covering of the powders. Just as I said, I just wanted to experiment with the different tools and what they could do and what I could do with them. So as you can see, I was loving the glitter. A tip when you are working with embossing glitters, you need to make sure that you heat from behind first, because it helps to melt the powder that then sort of grabs onto the glitter. So when you move your heat tool around to the front of the whatever you're embossing, it can't blow all that glitter away. Also, I can't stress enough that you need to let your heat tool heat up well before you use it. I normally leave mine on for at least 40 seconds to a minute sometimes. I just find I get the best results from that. I always heat it, because I've got the WoW dual speed one, I always heat it on the second one so it gets really hot, but something like this, quite fine, I would turn down to the lower speed before I embossed. Then I grabbed out the mixed media brush. You do have to be careful with this, because if you don't sort of wipe some of that ink off back into the bottle first, then you will get too much of the ink on what you're trying to emboss, because we're not trying to soak the paper here. We just sort of want to put a layer of the ink all over the top of the paper so that can grab onto the embossing powder, and then yeah, it works really good. Don't do what I am about to do. I flicked it flicked it hard to get all the excess powder off, but yeah, I flicked it way too hard and all the powder flew off. So I had to cover it over with the powder again, and then I grabbed the next one and I tipped the powder on that, and then I go flick and flick all the paper, the embossing off again. Oh, I don't know. I think I was probably too busy singing and not really paying attention. I don't know, but yeah. So I put more embossing back on, and yeah, it was great. I heated all of them up. I haven't included all the footage of the heating up because this would be too long. The video would be too long, basically. Once I had all of those embossed pieces, I'd also die cut quite a few vellum pieces of the leaves, and then I just set about pairing them up. The embossing glitter, you absolutely can glue things onto it, not a problem at all, but you do need to use some sort of wet adhesive. I use the Nuvo Deluxe. I like that because it needs to be a strong adhesive, and you just need to make sure that whatever you're gluing onto it stays in contact with the glitter whilst the glue dries. So there you can see I just use my reverse action tweezers to just pinch them together. It doesn't take long for the glue to dry, a few seconds. You don't have to leave it on as long as I have here. I've just left it there while I'm messing about with the other die cuts. So yeah, that will help you get the best bond so that they stay together. I swapped and changed these leaves so much. I'm just terrible. I can't make my mind up at all because there's just so many beautiful ones, and I wanted to make sure that I had a good mix of the different die cuts for each card, and I didn't want to cover up too much of that beautiful embossing glitter. I decided to keep them so that I had one card all with Amalfi, one with Capri, and one with Sorrento. So each of the embossing glitters, I just had the one colour on each card, basically. So that's why I kept sort of swapping and changing, because I wanted to make sure that I had an equal representation of the different die cuts. And I quite liked having one embossed, one vellum, and one plain white die cut together. I like adding three things together. I think, well, three is just, your brain tends to like odd numbers of things, and I don't know, I just think three is what makes me happy. I do like that. I did a bit more glue to the top of that vellum one. Normally I would not add glue to vellum and not have anything in front of it, but because you've got that glitter, you can't really see the adhesive anyway, so it's fine. You won't notice that at all. You have to be careful with some of these die cuts because they are so teeny, but they are just, they're just gorgeous. I love them, absolutely love them, and it was a great opportunity to get to know the different tools that WOW have for inking. The pad, the freestyle tool, and the mixed media, and I can't stress again how much I love that pad. That's it. I'm never using another one now. It's amazing. It is amazing. I can't get over the difference in the results. Like those glittery, the solid leaves, I didn't even do those twice. That's one lot of ink and one lot of glitter, and the coverage is just incredible. So I'm very, very, very happy to have discovered that. Incredibly happy. So I think I am just about done, maybe, piecing all of my little doodads together. I'll just take a moment to say yes, I am the guest designer for WOW for December. Incredibly happy and honoured to have been asked. I jumped at the chance. I mean, I just, yeah, I love WOW products. I always use WOW products. I love embossing because it's just like, I don't know, to me it feels like magic. No matter how many times I do it, I still love watching that embossing powder change. It's like, yeah, it's crazy, incredible. I love it. So yeah, I was incredibly honoured to be asked. I do have my own YouTube channel and social media links, which I will have linked. I'm doing a little dance there with my hands. I always have to add voiceover to my video because whilst I'm making, well, when I'm in the craft room, I have music on full belt, and I am belting out whatever it is that I'm listening to. I just love it. I sit in my craft room and I choose the mediums that I want to play with that day, and I stick my favourite music on and I sing and I craft, and that is my happy. That is what, yeah, that is my place. That I love that. So it does mean that I do have to do voiceovers afterwards because I can't not sing. I just don't know. I just love it. So when you're watching me make things, sometimes you see my hands do a little dance because I'm dancing along to the music, which, by the way, is normally Taylor Swift. But many other things. It might have been a little mix, actually. We brought out a new album about the time I was filming this, and yeah, oh, it's good. Oh, yeah, those girls are insane. Anyway, back to the cards. So I chose the 3 that I'd got for each embossing glitter, and I added them on with a mixture of the liquid adhesive and some foam squares, and I love them. Oh, I do. I really love this. I wanted to keep them really, really plain and simple to let the embossing glitter shine through. I think that last one's my favourite. I think. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, so there are my cards. Oh, I'm just showing you that I popped a card panel up on foam tape onto an A2 card base made of 110-pound Nina. I like a lot of dimension and a heavy card base. So those are my cards for this first post as December's guest designer. I will be back later in the month with some more inspiration. I can't wait. I hope you've enjoyed what I had to offer today, and yeah, have a lovely and safe week. Stay crafty. Bye.